Hello everyone. So today I'm analyzing BOOM Esports versus T1 Game 1 which happened yesterday. I'm trying to figure out the reason how did the BOOM manage to win the laning stage, how did they manage to have a really good advantage from the early to the mid game, and how did they fall behind in as they move into the mid game and the late game. About the bottom lane matchup, Crystal Maiden and Troll against Underlord Nyx are super good. Why? Like Troll has slow, CM has slow, both of them can together punish the Underlord and Nyx very easily. And also CM can simply secure the range. Troll is there to harass this Underlord like at the level 1 this Troll can like punish Underlord like very nicely. But as we can see here, the CM is securing the range all the time, so like she's getting a lot of gold, which will help her to have a very good sell early on, or some items that will help her to dominate the lane. But here they forced Underlord to TP back to the tier 1. At the meantime, Nyx is cutting the wave. So this is the smart move from Troll. Okay, you cut the wave, blocking the camp while he's cutting the wave, and the CM is like too far away from stopping from pulling because they were harassing the Underlord. So now they choose to bring the wave right behind the tower. They don't want to farm underneath the tower. If you farm underneath the tower, this wave will go into the enemy side. So like he brought the wave between the tower. At the meantime, CM is like making sure the Underlord doesn't get to go. Also, he managed to pull this wave, so like the next wave also doesn't go in underneath the tower. So like this is really good for Troll as he's getting a lot of levels. And in the meantime, he's trying to figure out where the Underlord is. They see the Underlord, they want to punish him and like force him to run away. Like this is super good as we can see in the last hits. Like he's doing pretty well where the Underlord gets only one last hit, but at least he is getting levels. In the meantime, Nyx is ready. He got like level 2, Underlord level 2. Now they have level 2, so they will be able to do something in the laning. At least you can survive as he got level 2, the spike carapace. Like every time they come front, like look how they harass. They don't like choose to harass on their own. So like the range creep is about to die. So the first kill, harass, the troll using the slow the range access to throw it on the Underlord as he secure the creep and like punishing together. Both of them are using their spells at the same time to harass the enemy. Now CM is trying to keep these Nyx away, so it will be fine. Like he's trying to pull the wave, but like Nyx interrupted. But like the most important thing is like these heroes like don't really deal a lot of damage throughout the laning. They are slow damage dealers. But like this troll, CM, they are nuking the damage like with the Nova, Frostbite. Alright, this is the biggest mistake from Nyx. Also, which is really important because the Underlord is not being able to go there to secure the ring. So he decided to secure that by nuking the spell. He's choosing Impale to secure the ring. He did it successfully, but like Frostbite and Nova, he has a lot of mana. Nova, and now they secure the kill on Nyx because of that. The first blood, very good for Crystal Maiden once again. He's very closer to getting his boot now, 3.5 minutes into the game. And about the 4th minute power rune, the post 4 supporter moves to mid tower, closer to mid, securing the rune. A rune at the bottom. So like Carl gets the wood. Also very good play from Nyx. As he TP to the mid lane, he refilled the bottle, I believe. Yeah, he refilled the bottle. Gave him a better chance to spam few more times. Yeah, so he's getting the rune very easily because of Nyx as well. Meantime, at the bottom lane, Like the Underlord is playing on his own since the Nyx hasn't returned to the lane yet, securing the rune. As the tower waves like underneath the tower, the wave is underneath the tower. So like instead of farming the wave, they had decided to go on this Underlord, which looked like pretty harder for this troll to finish the job, but they ended up killing, which is very important. And the mid matchup at the beginning, so like he went for the static strong link, but like the problem is like he has only 290 movement speed at the level 1, and Death Prophet has 325. 290 versus 325, so like the Death Prophet will be able to walk away. He needs the first skill to slow the target, so like until he gets a level 2 it will be harder for him to suck more damage against this DP, and DP has a decent amount of damage. So without using the second skills effectively, you wouldn't be able to deny against this DP that very well, because like both are really doing like dealing a decent amount of damage, and he has a magic damage too. That this is where he punishes the enemy using the first skill to slow her down and sucking all the damage possibly that you can steal. Now this way will be in your favor because of that. Easy denies, forcing the TP to spam the first. He's like really doing well because with the help of the static lane. Easy to farm underneath the tower as well for the Racer, because like the Death Prophet doesn't really wanna get closer to you to punish you. She will be in danger if she choose to work closer to you. She's always forced to stay away from you. So Death Prophet goal is to play the lane and get max out of this lane, like get the farm in terms of levels or the farm. Just do better against this Racer and get get those items on time without delaying your timings. And the top lane matchup, FEC, Beastmaster, and Pangolier. So he's eating a lot of damage from this Whitemon Disruptor, but like it wouldn't be a problem as he can harass him back once the static storm thunder strike goes down. But it's very harder for him to run at the disruptor because he is always positioning himself in a very good area. So like he can only go every time he doesn't have the first kill, he will be in danger. As you can see, whenever he doesn't have the first kill, the Pangolier is always running at him, and also he is running away from Pangolier. Both the teams are farming really well. This pull is super nice. So if he puts the wave into the enemy, and now they pull the wave, pull the big cam. Now this is definitely good for Dire, and he is getting free farm. He's getting a few creeps, and he steals the big creep as well, which is really nice. Like, and in the meantime, the Red King is like eating a lot of damage. He ran out of tangles already. Like this hide is punishing the disruptor whenever he gets out of position, which is like really nice. And with the help of this Opal Venom, he will be able to do that. So because like this hero is like pretty weak when it comes to body type, so the Pangolier is abusing the fact that the disruptor cannot absorb the damage. He is good at dealing damage, but he is pretty bad again. He's bad at absorbing the damage. But Pangolier is like pretty decent at dealing damage, also at absorbing the damage. He has like 4 armor, but like the magical also like he's kind of good. Like he has like decent amount of HP, and he doesn't have the mana issues. He has salve, extra tangles, and also mangoes, which is in life regen by 1.2 HP regen per second. And he gets more HP. He's increasing his health points because he wants to match this disruptor who has 740, and he had only 500 around. Now he has 705, which is a lot. So now he will be able to do better against this disruptor. He didn't go for the boot, he just went for the fluffy head. This is really good. It gives you 125 health, which is a lot. His item choices shows that he wants to play like a body for this Beastmaster and allow the Beastmaster to continue the farm. Because if you allow the Beastmaster to continue the farm, like he secured the rune right before he dies here, which is like at least good, like a really good play from Disrupt as well, securing the kill for Jackie, breaking their carry. But every time they go away, the Beastmaster is always hovering the lane into the tower, so it will be quite harder for the Red King to secure those creeps underneath the tower, as you saw that he missed the range creep too. So Pangolia's job is here, like he doesn't get a lot of farm, so he's making sure that the enemy don't get to harass the Beastmaster. That is the victory. Every time the Disruptor is missing, they go on this Red King, like if they feel like the enemy is alone, they are punishing him like very hard, which is like definitely good. Alright, the meantime, alright, this is very good. Have you noticed what happened, guys? Okay, here. So both he's sucking the damage as he's running away while he's using the Eye of the Storm, and Disruptor used the first kill. And look at his inventory, and the courier is about to deliver his items. So he got a train drop. So because of that, do you see the Thunder Strike? The last one got less damage, 70 absorb the magic damage, and because of that he lived for a while. And look at this Death Prophet, he literally doesn't have any damage to kill this Razor even though he is 19 HP, and which is why he managed to kill this Death Prophet like very easily before he goes down. If he didn't get that range drop on time from the courier, he wouldn't have done that. So you look like he was like 6.5 level. Because of that play, because of that train drop on time, he managed to kill the Death Prophet, and he got level 7 before he went down. So now Disruptor DP doesn't get any levels, and Razor got like almost half a level. So like this is really good for Razor, as he got the kill and experience before he went down. Okay, here the first siege creep timing. You can see he's trying to serve the siege creep, body blocking the siege card creep. He doesn't want it to go underneath the tower. Very well played by FVZ. And now he called the Razor to come top. Now both of them are together going to take the top tower. And he used the bird because this is the fog area, night time. He doesn't want the enemy to TP there to punish them. He wants the information. So he placed a moving ward, the Hulk, which will scout for them, and they got the tower. And now everything looks good, and they don't want to worry about the bottom lane because they don't have any strongest hero out of the laning stage. Outside the laning, like after the laning, they don't really accomplish anything like without each other, because Underlord is still recovering. As you can see, 24 last hits, one time died, level 6, and the meantime Troll is level 6, but he managed to like triple the farm against this Underlord. So like he is not happy about that. But like the Troll is definitely happy. He is not forced to. Why is he not leaving the bottom lane? He can simply TP to the top and farm or farm the jungle, but he chose to stay at the bottom lane because this is super safe for him to stay at the bottom lane, as he know the enemy hasn't come online yet, so he's allowed to stay at the bottom lane and continue the pressure. Now he moves to jungle and clearing all the stacks, and he's going to be like a really good timing for his Battle Fury. He will get around like 11 minutes Battle Fury, as I can see, which is like very good for him. Now the enemies are trying to take the bottom tower, and they use the Death Prophet ulti, which is like more than 2 minutes, like the cooldown skill. So like they don't really seem like worry about that. They got the top tower, they're happy about it, and like as they have lost the bottom tower, also happy about that, because Death Prophet is forced to use the Echoism, so like they're happy about that. And because also Beastmaster is farming, he's like, look at his inventory, he has like level 2 Necronomicon into 10 minutes into the game, and he's just an offlaner, and he has like a lot of farm. I mean, equaling to the enemy carry, he has like way too much farm as an offlaner, where you see the Cuckoo like sits like at a very low net worth as a core, and even their death profit is quite low. So like they are really happy about how they distribute the farm between each other. And Troll is like got his battle fury now, 10 minutes into the game, 10 and a half. He got the level 3 necro book like very soon. Few more creep and he will get a necro. Yeah, perfect. And now they he TP to the mid lane, allowing the troll to farm top. The bulls are pressuring the top lane, and he gets to farm here while he got these birds somewhere here, so it will scout for troll to be safe. And every time he sees someone going top, he can run back to the triangle, and he farms the ancient as he don't know where the enemy is. Now he sees them. Death Prophet at top, many heroes at the bottom lane. Now he will be able to go back to a lane to farm as he knows where the opponents are. Again he sees the heroes at the top. He can run back to the jungle now. Alright, this is what are they trying to do? So like they're trying to punish the tower. Like they were smoked. It's a bug. They wouldn't do that without a smoke, I believe. Did they not smoke? Ah yeah, they smoked. It was a bug. So they came here, grouped up as 3, and sowing the troll at the mid lane, so the enemy feels happy about that. They don't feel pressure as they see the troll, but like they smoke right next to this troll and trying to jump on the guy who's defending. They know it's going to be an underlord. They even use the hawk to see if there are heroes on the back line to help out the cuckoo. But what happened? How did he manage to run away in time? How? So this is the answer. If he used the both division, there's a vote from Dyer, and because of that vote, the moment the smoke breaks, alright, this bug is really annoying. So here, the moment the smoke breaks, this moment, Cuckoo saw the beast. So he know the enemies are coming, which is why he managed to run away very quickly. So thanks to this vote, Big Boss Whitemount plays. Now the he had a very good position even though they managed to roll on him. Now he is in the very safest position. Why? If they want to attack him, they have to walk into the tower. There's a tower which will hurt them. There's a pit of malice which will be a problem for them. So like they don't want to dive underneath the tower anymore, and enemies are arriving, they're TPing in, and this is not a good sign for you. Anyone can join the fight as you are diving underneath the tower, and you know that your racer is nowhere closer to you, your supporters are like far away. Crystal Maiden also don't really wanna dive because like it will be a bloodbath if you dive in, so like they respect that and get out. And now they realize there's a ward, so with a level 3 necro book they clean all the wards. Why does Wraithing has a gloves of haste? Because that will accelerate your farm. It gives you plus 20 attack speed for only 450 or 500 gold, right? 450 gold, which is a lot. So this is a castle gloves of haste. In most of the cases you will be also going for a Midas, but like this game looks like pretty insane. The enemies are marching at to tower. They really want to control. Like you're losing the control as you know as a carry. Your offlaner wasn't doing really well. Your mid laner was doing like pretty okay, but like not the greatest start. And like you are forced to leave the lane like very early on against the Beastmaster. So like buying a Midas isn't a good idea. So like he just casually carries these gloves of haste and like rushing his radiance, which is like very good. It accelerates the farm like super nicely. It's like having a IO with a tether, which it gives you attack speed, like so that way like you farm faster. It also acts like a bloodlust for only 450 gold, and which is a lot. Troll has a battle fury and pace wood already, and now after clearing the wave he chose to TP top and start farming the triangle. At the meantime, Everyone is playing closer to the triangle. Why? Because they read the enemy might be looking for them. Because they don't really get a lot of information. As you can see, like here, there's a smoke, and maybe did they see them smoking? No, they don't see them smoking, but like they know like enemies are missing for such a long time, 5 seconds and 10 seconds the enemies are missing. They only see the unload at the mid lane, so like they are really not happy about that. So like they have three calls at three different lanes: Beast at mid, Pangolia mid, Troll at the bottom lane, Racer at the top lane, like really out of position. So like everyone like trying to stick together as they don't know where the opponent is. They don't wanna give pickups to the enemy. They have to have all five heroes in their team to have a really good team fight. So like this Pangolia farms underneath the tower, so as long as he's farming right underneath the tower, he will be a bit fine. So like now everyone plays very closer to each other from Boom Esports, as they now they feel quite confident as they see the underlord here at the mid lane, and they reveal the position. They saw the DP, so they know where the rest of the opponents are. They are here, and like so now they are not smoked, and they reveal the position. They saw the disruptor. So now it's Boom ID feels like this is our turn to go for the right play. Now they allow the troll to sow top. At the meantime, they are going behind him, but like what they do is they are using this necro book to devote this area first. They figured out the word to the sentry. Now necro book is like moving around. So like because of this play, now the enemy don't get to like have these nice walls to see where the Boom Esports is coming from or what they're trying to accomplish. So now he cleared the map. Troll is happy farming behind the team. So like now what's happening is, so they let the troll farm and they are playing like this. So the enemy don't get to go to this troll. So like troll is in a very good safe area. Now as he move back to this triangle to accelerate his farm, Racer at the mid lane. So this is their map. So like how could they go get closer to this troll? So troll is in a very good position, and they put the beast in a like position where a hero supposed to sow the wave continuously into the tower. So like beast is one of the best hero who could easily do that. They don't want to leave this troll at the top lane as they don't have any walls at the enemy side of the map, and like as he is like free farming, fast farming, they don't want to lose it. And the Beastmaster is like pretty ready to fight them. He has level 3 Necro. So like he is the one who can sow the wave even without going there. Why is he staying there and using this units to push? Because he doesn't want to cross into the dangerous spot. So like he is the only one who can do that without getting caught. If it was Racer, as he goes in, if the enemy choose to fight, go on this Racer, probably he will die. If the troll was there to push the lane by himself, he might be in a danger. But this Beastmaster, he sows the wave, and he is a perfect hero who could do it for Boom Esports. Why? He has these units which will do the job. Now after his like job is done, immediately TPing back to mid, and as he know they are going to fight for the 15-minute bounty round together. So the CM making sure like there's no ward at the mid lane, because every time they win a fight, like if the fight went good, they always will look to take down this tower, so which will in their favor. So now the 15 minutes runes, like they're trying to create a very defensive 5-man group up, as the troll is like always right behind the 4 of them. So like there's no way the enemy can easily go on this troll before they get to see the other 4. So here it's a bit hard for the Boom to cross this malice, like, but anyway, like with the help of this Pangolia is a hero who can get in and get out simply. They managed to kill the Nyx, at least something, and they're happy about that. So now back to farm, and the Pangolia will secure the runes. What is their next goal? All 3 of their calls are like really farmed, and they are quite ready to run at the enemy because of the Beastmaster has this Necro, Troll is really fat and Racer also really fat after winning the mid. But like the problem here is like they don't really want to fight underneath the tower, which will cost a lot. Underlord Malice is a painful skill against this skeleton army, and the Prophet ultis, they have the glimpse back option. So every time you run underneath the enemy tower, and like as you run away, if you are in danger, it will be easier for the disruptor to glimpse you back. So like if you run underneath the tower, it will be really bad for you. So like you need to always find a pick off right before you can go for this tower. So like what happened here is they're abusing their night time. So like this Death Prophet doesn't get to see the Beastmaster coming to roar, so he gets caught. Because of that, he was simply controlled and killed. Even though Disruptor used the ulti on the Razor, he still goes down. Now they devote, and now they control the mid area. Now it will be quite easier for them to get this tower. As you can see, like they are trying to control there. And why are they taking that area? Not right there, because they want to stay there to stop the enemy from getting closer to the tower. So these are the heroes that are ready to run at the enemy. If the enemy shows up from that entrance or here, they don't really want to fight, because Razor want to stay closer to the target to suck more damage using static link. And Hyde really want to run at the enemy with his Pangoli ulti, Rolling Thunder. But like, as the opponent choose to let the tower go, they don't have the DP in the team fight if they choose to fight, so let the tower go. And they always use his hog behind the tower, or wherever they go for the fight or smoke up, they always use his hog vision to scout where the opponents are and to know their positioning. Now they just walked into the Rosan bit like that. Very nice. Like this will like do a lot for BOOM ID. 16 minutes into the game, like they have 5k gold net worth advantage, which is like not really a lot, because you still have to find a pick off all the time right before you make a play, before you go for the tower, before you take a team fight. They really wanna take a pick or find a pick off, and also they are forced to have these BKBs like very early on on all of their calls. So that is also not a good I mean, like that is also kind of pressuring, you know, like because like tier 1 team have a lot of disabled, disruptor ulti, stuns, everything stuns, underload malice. So like that is not fun to play against though. So we really need to have those BKB. But like because of the advantage, because of the status of the game, you are allowed to go to this Rosan. And what is this guy is doing right here? He's like, as the four of his teammates are like doing the Rosan, he's being there, he plays the sentry to devour, and also he's delaying the enemy. As you can see, he's not running away. Yeah, he's buying time. He literally bought 5 seconds, so which delayed them from coming there. So if they manage to come there earlier, maybe they will be able to get more kills, or like this will be a bloodbath for BOOM ID. But because of that sacrificial move from Crystal Maiden, now they managed to get the Rosan, and like it will be used like very well. They will find a way to maximize the farm during the Aegis time, you know. They don't really want to mess up the Aegis, because like we have seen in the pro game, as you got this Aegis, immediately the enemy shows up and kills the Aegis guy, the one who got the Aegis, or you even lose the fight. So that way, that is not fun. Why? You're getting the Aegis just not to die like that. The Aegis will be there for 5 minutes if you don't throw it away. So as long as you make sure that you don't waste your Aegis, you will be able to create a Dota pressure against your opponent. So like this is how you maximize the use of this Aegis. Right now they saw the top lane. Like this guy is showing the bottom lane, and now he doesn't show any further. Right? He TP to the bot, or he TP to bottom lane, and farms the wave right in front of the tower. He knows where the enemies are. They just kill the Crystal Maiden, and he doesn't have any votes, and he sees their enemies at the mid lane, so he's pretty happy about like showing this lane. But like once he farms this wave, he doesn't go further at the bottom. Why? This is too dangerous. You don't have this tower, you don't have any votes, you cannot stay there anymore. You don't know where the opponents are. They might have smoked and coming all the way to bottom to burst your Aegis. So like even though you have Aegis, doesn't mean you get to play there. because that's super dangerous. As you cross this area, you will be always in danger as you are the Radiant, because you don't have the tower anymore. Now, which is why he chose to run back all the way closer to these tier 3 towers. Now, very good. Now they are looking for their timing, which is item timing. They really want to get these trolls BKB. They really want dagger on this Beastmaster. Why is it this dagger item choice is so important on this beast for Boom Esports is they don't have someone who can simply catch people. They have static link to suck damage, they have Razor to run at them, they have Pangolia who can use a rolling thunder to control the backline or even the frontliner. He can disturb very nicely, and Troll is there to fight them. He's the warlord, but where is the catch? Where is the catch? They have the Nick stun, they have the malice, they have this disruptor, kinetic field, glimpse backs options. So where is your catch? You only have the Beastmaster for that. So if he is your Beastmaster who can do that, which is why you need the dagger, because they are snowballing the game, they are controlling the game. They feel the opponents are fearing them. The opponent really want to make a mistake. They are sticking S5. They are always staying behind the underlord. So it's harder for him to find a better target other than this underlord. And underlord is the biggest problem for this frontline troll warlord as well, as he's reduced as the damage because of the melee. It's super painful for the troll or even for the Razor, as they deal a lot of physical damage. Underlord is one of the best hero to counter them, so, and in the team fight. So now, because of that, he wants to find a dagger, so he can simply find a easy target. He can simply jump on this underlord. He can simply go on this death prophet, because this death prophet must die. He should not be alive throughout the team fight. If you allow the death prophet to stay alive throughout the team fight, everything will go horribly wrong to you. So which is why dagger is important in this game. He doesn't go for the dagger as the first item. He bought this Necronomicon, which does a lot of it, which gives you free sentries, dust, gem, and so like ability to farm faster, to control the map. You can open the map. You can simply like decide whether you are going to fight or not, because with the help of that. And Nyx assassin won't be able to get closer to this Beastmaster, as if he is using this active Necronomicon units. He wouldn't be able to walk into the enemy and scout. Because of that, he will pay for it if he makes a mistake. So like it counters the Nyx assassin straight away. He got his item, like at the time he got the level 6. He also managed to get his Necro book, like as he was like level 6 or 7. Like he got the level 3 Necro book, which is like countering the Nyx straight away. So he doesn't have that option to like scout or punish the enemy using that invisibility ability. So now everything is good. They solved the top. Raze also wants a BKB. Troll is very closer to getting BKB, so they don't really want to mess up. As you can see, he is the only one who solves the top lane. Now this is also dangerous lane, but Pangolia is happy to farm there. Why? Even if he die, he just support it, and also he sees where the opponents are. They put the beast to top, the solve top, and he always prefers to stay in the safest area. Nyx assassin cannot get closer, and he knows the enemy don't have any vision around that area, thanks to the Necro book unit. So he's like pretty safe, and look how he positions himself as he is solving the lane. He's always hiding and solves the lane, and he stays a bit closer to keep this aura, so the units will farm faster. Now he farms it as he like sitting away from the unit. Why? So if the enemy walks into this vision, he will be able to see that. Because of that, he always stays quite away from the units. Now he has a dagger. This has to be a surprise dagger before the 20-minute boundary on timing. So now they are going to smoke. Right, perfect smoke, because the enemy don't know the Beastmaster has a dagger here. And this Hawk reveals the Red King position, so they choose to go because of that. Even though they don't see the others from the other bird, like they choose to go on him. They see that, but like things went horribly wrong. Why? We will see what happened. So here they have smoked. Razor is like going in front. The moment the smoke is no more on this Razor, right? So like even though you see him, something is wrong right here. So like where's your supporter who has the vault? And Pangolia is like far behind this racer, right? And they don't choose two ways to go. So as a result of that, the smoke gets popped on this racer, and we will see the both division like how did they. So the underlord has seen the racer coming. He doesn't use the malice. He doesn't use the firestorm. He is allowing the racer to come in, and as he is retreating, why is he running back? He is not scared, but he is baiting the opponent into. He has AJ. He doesn't want to fight right there, right? If he take a fight here, enemy will be able to use the skills from the down ground. It doesn't. He doesn't want that to happen. As they come to the high ground, they will have the advantage. This is a disadvantage point for both the end. So he goes back a little bit. Because of that, Whitemon managed to use a very good ulti, and the Beastmaster tried to jump in and ulti the Underlord, but he jumped into the Whitemon's static storm. Because of that, he wouldn't be able to use the roar on time. Now he walked away. Now he goes back. Like you can see, like how the tier 1 managed to come back into this fight. So like, as you can see, they put the front liner where they expect the enemy will come, and they saw. As he saw the enemy, he doesn't waste the skills. He is like allowing the enemy to come. Now he has done his job already. He's baiting the enemy into this disruptor ulti more than enough. Now Zephyr used the stun as his next. He has done his job. Now they three are running back. Yeah, and the meantime, Red King walks in. They are swapping the position because now it is Red King's sole time. They are like, hey, enemy got messed up with their positioning. They sit back. Four or three of them are sitting back. At the meantime, Red King is the one who's going in. Why? He is the one who's supposed to deal damage, right? And death forfeit. So of course, these two heroes are charging in, and some manage to burst their ages and like manage to kill the beast right before he even he got a chance to choose the roar. So like, which is like really good for tier 1. And like now you see the troll managed to come to the top lane from the other way around. So he sees there's a static roam, so he comes the other way around. So even though they lost the beast, they know the racer is coming out because thanks to the ages. So now he walks to the top lane. He clicks the BKB and like fights them like really hard. He got glimpse, and he doesn't use the BKB. Oh, he doesn't have the BKB yet. The courier is just coming. So he got glimpsed, and he's okay with that, I guess. But like, I wouldn't say that's okay, I guess. Maybe like they don't really want to fight. If he clicked the BKB, maybe he could have killed the Death Prophet and managed to run back. But that is also fine. Like since he wasn't using the BKB, now the TP is like too deep diving into them now. Now it's their advantage. We saw how they use the advantage as the Boom approached the high ground. Now we will see how it works for this Boom ID as the T1 comes to the down ground. So now they're walking into this river to kill this Pango. As a result of that, DP got burst down by this troll who's like really angry. He killed two of them just like that, and now he runs away and getting controlled by T1. And now you will see like how they control it. So the ice freeze really helps them to help the troll to run away, and the racer also connects like that to right. Now they are swapping the position. So the CM was in a really good position. He walked into the danger zone, allowing the troll to walk away like that. Like troll, like he walked in and the troll walked away, so he TP'd out, and now they are okay to lose his Crystal Maiden's life because they saved the troll. And now they try to kill, but like the malice is like being really painful, and thanks to the Uber driver, he has his license now. He doesn't have mana, so he tries back to base, TP back to mid. So like we saw the high ground advantage and the down ground advantage very nicely, right? As you go into these, wreck the opponent into these different like different landscape, you can have a better advantage throughout the team fight. So like just because you see the opponent, just because you have Aegis and BKB doesn't mean you just click them, click everything, click all the spells and fight. No, you have to bait the enemy into the landscape which favors you the most, and that way you will be able to fight better, and we will run away with a better result. But in the meantime, here at the mid lane, they saw the top lane once again. They continuously doing the same thing, doing the right things. Now they don't feel pressured by using the race at bottom. They are happy to have this troll at mid, so he's very closer to them, so he's in a good position. It's very hard for the enemy to run at this troll, also the racer. If they go on this racer, they will be able to TP, and that is not the best target the enemy would hope for. He is not a troll, so like just racer, even though he is mid laner, but the priority goes to troll. But like what the Pangoli is doing is, he's trying to open the map. There's a hook. He gets to the high ground, farms there. He sees the enemy coming. The Beastmaster is closer. He has a dagger, and they really want to fight. They want to find the enemy. They know the Death Prophet ulti is on cooldown. They know the Wraithing ulti is on cooldown, and because of that, they really want to run at the enemy, knowing that these long cooldowns are still on. Long cooldowns are not there. So because of that, they run at this Red King, simply killed. Even though the Pangolier died, he has done a good job. Because of that, now they are controlling the line like this. This map became this, right? So they are expanding their lands right now. So this move like really helped Boom to continue the pressure. Thanks to Pangolier, even though he died, like they missed a kill. They don't have a catch. This is what we talked about. Even after once you use the primal roar, it's very hard for you to control. But like this Dire has a lot of AoE area control. The Malice, the Truffle ulti, and also the Disruptor kinetic field. Super annoying, which is why the Radiant has itemized BKB like very early on multiple heroes. Even the Beastmaster is going for a BKB. It is not fun to play against this lineup. Like even though you are winning, controlling the game, and getting a most out of it, very hard to play. Now the Pangoli is the one who chose to TP bottom and so because the priorities. Like he's going bottom, doesn't put any amount of pressure. But as soon as he saw the lane, he doesn't continue the farm. He's like very close to the dagger, so he can simply come there and farm. He doesn't do that. He chose to do the right thing. Heads off to him. So like he clears the wave. Always prefers to stay closer to some of his teammates, and now helping them, trying to punish the Death Prophet, and helping the racer to escape. And they didn't use the BKB. They forced the Uber driver to ride back. So now they know the Uber driver doesn't have a Uber ride for a long cooldown, 100 seconds. So like they're happy about going this tower. They forced the TPs and they cancelled it. Very good, free tower for them. Like super happy about it. So they're trying to go using different ways to catch the opponent. But like let's see how it goes. Boom, the Beastmaster is like really in a bad position, very closer to touching death. But like this Pangolier with some awesome play, even though he doesn't have the ulti. I don't have ulti, but I can still play as a body because I'm healthy. I have 1200 HP almost. So he's using the body to punish the enemy, but it doesn't seem like goes well. We will see what is so special about this T1. So like he's scouting, gets caught to this really nice catch by Nyx, catching this beast. Because of that, they try to kill the beast, at least manage to make him super lower. Perfect. Snowballing, they're not committing most of their important skills, ultis such as big things, but like small spells which has a very low cooldown. So like he's low, they're happy about that. Now they wanna run back because there's an attack from the right side. So because of that, enemies are trying to get into their mind. So like T1 has decided to run back for the safety for a while. So like they use the kinetic field to create a shield that will serve them. Also the Malice is working as a safety mechanism for them all the time. And now it's their turn to run back. So like this is their turn, as they know like the Racer and Pangolia couldn't find a better target. Now it's their turn. They know the Pangolia cannot escape easily. They got the silence on top of him, and because of this malice, this Boom ID won't be able to punish them. It is in the middle of this fight between the Boom and T1. It helps them a lot. But like Pangolia dies, now the troll tried to do something. It doesn't go well. So he has a big heavy. Now what is he doing? He is baiting now. He is like forcing the enemy to walk in. But like, do you see how they move? Like even though the troll is like acting like wanna fight, look, they run back again. They are not completely running back. They are baiting. But who is like? Do you see like how they swept the position? Says this Wrething was like away from the fight. He doesn't want to be the first one like walking into the enemy, because if you are going to be stand in front, you are the one who eats the damage. So these are the bodies for the Wrething, but like things went horribly wrong for the Boom. So as the result of that, now their 4 goes back a bit. They are low on mana, spell sound cooldown, but the Wrething charges in. He is healthy, he is ready to punish. Now he goes. But like look how they position. They don't run together with the Wrething. He always stays on the other side of the map. He knows where the enemies are, exactly on the opposite to the enemy. So it's just like maintaining the distance even between their carry and themselves. So because of that, they are not in danger. Even if the Wrething goes down, he has the ulti. Thanks to his Aghanims, no mana needed. Aghanims are. So like he is really fat, and now they use the 4 staff to bring him into the safest area. Now they use the kinetic field, and like they really want to force the BKB. They know they have the BKB. They cannot fight them back yet. So like choosing the malice, hold them once again into the same spot, forcing the BKB. Look how they position. They are not ready to fight. They don't really want to take a fight. All they do is they want to force the BKB. They burst the Mikoto Razor, trying to force him to use the BKB. But they also understand what the T1 is trying to accomplish. They don't click the BKB on Shoal or Razor either. So which way they will have a better cooldown BKB duration in the next team fight, which will favor them a lot. So now very good play from both the sides. They chase, they don't want to use these main skills. They're using this small skill to bait the Boom. It doesn't work out, as even they don't have the Pangolia. They know that. They keep it out for the safety. But like now they get to devote it. So this is how T1 plays defensively, and understanding each and every move. They understand like every 2 seconds how they have to react. Everything looked good for T1 for 2 seconds. Next 2 seconds, it looks good for the Boom, and in the another 2 seconds, it again looked very good for the T1. So like throughout the team fight, every 2, 3, 5 seconds, the situation changes. It favors like different sides. So like you need to be able to read the situation and react accordingly. If they manage to walk together with this Wrething, they will end up dying, because the Racer and Troll will be happy to use the BKB and start hitting these supporters. But like they don't allow that to happen, and they always put this underlord front, and once the enemy approach completely, once he run out of the first skill and the second skill, he runs back for the safety, and then the Wrething comes in like a boss, as he knows the enemy don't have these small skills for a while. Like hats off play from T1 when it comes to defensive. They look like super strong. Alright, once again. Right, once again, we will see how this happened. So they smoke again, but like looks like they learned the lesson from the last mistake. But Underlord knew that somebody has to stay there, but he's not there this time around. Because of that, they managed to come to the high ground. So like last time we talked about the fight, as they were at the bottom lane, as they were sitting here at the river, not the bottom lane, like down ground river. This is where the smoke broke last time. This time it doesn't. They don't have any vision, but they are still allowed to go because nobody is standing there. But it looks very scary until you go to the high ground, right? But like look, the moment you go to the high ground, you see where the enemies are. You don't see them, so you know their enemies are nowhere closer to us. So like we can slowly move in. So like slowly move in. Like now you see this disruptor, but you're small. You are still small. You see the Wrething is farming, but like you are still small. You saw the Nyx there. but you still know that you are still small. The enemy haven't seen you yet. You see the underlord, like you have seen 4 of their heroes out of 5, so you know where their positions are. And now you see the Death Prophet using the first kill, and you know exactly where the 5 opponent heroes are. And you are still small. And because of that, he is being a body between this team and the Red King, making sure the Red King doesn't get to walk into his teammates from the sides. So because of this, he controls the Red King. Now he runs away. So the small victory, he forced him to run away, because if he chooses to walk that way, Racer will be allowed to. Is so happy using the static link on the Racer and click the BKB and chase him after. So that way they wouldn't have a fat carry in the team fight. So like because of that, now the Red King is super delayed to join the fight, and the timing window allows the Boom IT to control this team fight. How? As he stopped the Red King right there, he saw the Red King was going bottom, so he blocked him. So he's like, hey, I got the Red King, continue the fight. Alright, so now they see the enemy sees us, but they don't know where the Racer is. So the Racer chooses to stop the Red King, and the rest of the team, this time FEZ has a better positioning with his dagger. He blinked in, roar, super. He very nice play by Zephyr, choosing the spike carapace, helping Underlord quite a bit. And Disruptor used the ulti right into on top of Underlord, so the enemy wouldn't be able to walk in, also because of the kinetic field without using the BKB. And whoever inside it eats the damage from the static storm. Very good play from Disruptor, and we will learn their positioning. So as they are here, this is the moment they saw the enemy. The moment they saw the enemy, look how they react. They are going on the Underlord, so they don't get out of position. They only use the skills. The moment he casts the skill, look his position. He's running away for the safety. He has done his job. You don't have to walk in and right click the enemy. Your job is done. Get out. Sit back. At the meantime, Underlord is happy because this kinetic field and the static storm is the safety mechanism for this Underlord, and he even used the Malice to control the beast. He's in the middle of the Malice pit of Malice. He's happy about that, and this Pangolier is trying to kite the Underlord, but Underlord is the one who's kiting the Pangolier. And even though they have successfully controlled the Red King and the Underlord, nobody is going down. Troll is the one who's getting lower HP. Why? Because of the DP. And they're not happy about that. Because of these chain skills, whatever the thing that happened before he clicked the BKB, but he serves the BKB. Once again, this Nyx is being a problem, and Racer clicked the BKB already. Death Prophet ulti is like dealing a lot of damage, and they know the Red Thing hasn't joined the team yet. And you can also see where the Zephyr is running whenever he is low. He's sitting back, chilling a bit, and waiting for his better timing to come in. And now the Red Thing walks in, the Death Prophet walks in. They look happy. He used the ulti, silence, and everything, and the Death Prophet was killed by troll like that. But the Red King walks in. His teams are sitting away from the danger zone, who's troll, and he lost a lot of damage to him. But he has the ulti, so like he is happy about that. He died once, but which costed the BKB on the enemy core. So now when it comes back, they don't have the BKBs anymore, right? So now the enemies are ready to fight, right? They are angling to fight for this Red King. So because of that, it will be harder for them. But what the Boom ID Pango tried to do is, he's trying to get into these backline supporters. So because of his action, this Disruptor doesn't have a good position. But also the meantime, this Underlord is very strong. Kinetic field is used, Malice is used, and the cores don't have the BKB. So the Malice, the kinetic field, the enemy wouldn't be able to walk away. Also the 4-star wouldn't work. So now, thanks to that, nobody is getting out. Super low to very closer to tasting the death, and troll died like that. So once again, they prove they are the kings of defensive play. Their positioning throughout the fights are at the next level, I will say. Now, because of that, they get this free tower. Like Boom, who looked pretty dominant, strong, went down like that. Like it looked very insane and hard, but they pulled it off, and the victory is T1's. This is how the advantage changed from the Radiant side to the Dire. Now we have seen the Beastmaster using the units to control the top lane. Now this is the time for Skeleton King to source the power of his skeleton babies. Like those are presenting the bottom tower. We will really feel the pain. You can see the tower how fast it goes down to half HP just like that, thanks to the second skill. And now they are ready to go. Now they are super ready. They know the difficulties are ready. They are super ready to go. So like now they see where the opponents are, thanks to the vote, thanks to White Moon once again. So like they see the enemy really well, and they have a Nyx who will break the smoke if the enemy is coming, and he is the one initiating. His smoke broke, and he sees the enemy right there, and he blinks because of that. Okay, good job. Pangolia blinked out. So the moment he blinked out, he doesn't have the initiation. If he wants to initiate the enemy again, he has to use the Rolling Thunder. So now he doesn't have the dagger in option to interrupt the enemy. He cannot use the roll and blink in, right? He used the dagger for safety mechanism. For 15 seconds he's on cooldown. So now you see he's trying to use the Pangolia Rolling Thunder, but the silence comes out thanks to the ward again. So he doesn't use to, he's like being useless for another few seconds, like 4 seconds or 5. So because of that, Pangolia got glimpse back. Nice kill, nice crit from Breathing. Now they see the Sephiroth is in very dangerous position, and the troll is approaching from the left, and the others are approaching from the right. And they see the Breathing is not in the position to take the front line. Underlord is not happy, Disruptor is not happy about that, and Nyx is either. So the supported Disruptor used their 4 staff to help this Nyx, but they want to kill this Underlord. They know how problematic this Uber driver is. Never underestimate a Uber driver. He will drive you insane, guys. So like you better kill him. So as they manage to kill this Underlord, they win this fight. So why did they, how did they manage to kill this Underlord? It's because now they are in their side of the map, and there's no high ground, lower ground advantage for this Underlord, right? This area is like even for both the ends, right? There are cliffs and all, but it doesn't affect the team fight that much. As they see the Underlord and everything, they are also in the right position to fight him back. There's literally no high ground advantage. But if the fight goes right here, there will be a high ground and lower ground advantage. And if the fight was there, there will be a high ground and lower advantage. But the fight is happening right here, so like everything is equal, and like super easy for the troll to continue the fight. And troll managed to walk in just like that into this Underlord. So he's happy about that and boss like that. And now the moment they lost him, they are really happy about that. They will get a kill on this Nyx, and once again now the advantage begins. Why? Now they are running, they are on retreat, they are forcing the enemy to run away. They even managed to kill the Wraithing once. Now there's a high ground, lower ground advantage. It could go either way. So like they have used a BKB to kill this Red King. So now the BKBs are wearing off. So they can acknowledge that the enemy don't have the BKB duration anymore. This is the short time, guys. I'm going in. So the Wraithings and the Disruptor on the back line. So they go in. They force the Razor to click the cheese. It wasn't a cheese, it's just a magic wand back to full HP. Right. Death Prophet is in the middle, making so the backliners cannot do anything, the frontliners in the backline. So the Razor is like left alone, and the troll is left alone. But because of this ult from CM, he is forced to use the silence on this CM. But they managed to kill Razor and CM, thanks to Carl, thanks to Wraithing, who dragged the enemy into this their favor. So what I learned from this T1 is, throughout the team fight, they don't take the fight at the first the moment they see the enemy. They force the enemy, they fake the enemy like they are weak, they run back, force the enemy to go on them, and then they fight back. And it's their turn to chase the boom, and if it doesn't look back, they again run back. They drive the enemy crazily, and like once the enemy run out of their mind, once they get into the enemy's mind, that's where they take the real fight. Which is why they have a better rating against this opponent, and they look really good at forcing the enemy to waste a BKB right before they take the big fight. Why? This is very important. You have to force these BKBs right before you deal your actual damage, your big cooldown. If you are using this as the first movement, enemies are the one who's going to kite you. Right, really good decision making from T1. This is a small place. Both the teams are respecting each other, and the Dire is super happy about like what they have accomplished yet. They got the BKB now. They got the ulti. Everything is ready now. So like this is the soul time, and they don't see the enemy either, but they know they are the bot. Since they got the BKB on the DP, this is their soul time. Soul the mid. Smoke. So they saw everything in the map. Other four smoked. They wanna go together with this red. So they choose the high ground. They're choosing the other way to go to the high ground. They're choosing as they are approaching like this, so the red thing doesn't get caught. So even if the smoke breaks on the high ground, the enemy gets to come like the red thing gets to come like that and smash the opponent who's on the back line. So like this is how you smoke up. You always leave the damage dealer behind or beside you, so like he will be able to naturally walk in and kill the enemy. So like he doesn't get burst, he doesn't eat the damage. He will be there only to deal damage, which is why he doesn't have a BKB. Yeah, he's not here to eat the damage. He's here to burst the enemy. So like they don't get up like facing the enemy, but they're happy about that. Like the smoke didn't work out as the Boom ID just TP'd out. We can see how Boom ID reads the smokes from the early to end. So here, so he smells something. He sees their mid lane is first, top lane nobody is pressuring the top tower, which is free as they are not playing the top. Nobody is playing top and mid. They see everything at the mid lane. They see nobody at top. They see the DP also in their minimap. So they know their enemies are here, and they are missing for such a long time, and they are using that. They understand where the enemies are coming from. Very good read from Boom ID. Immediately TPing out. Look where they're positioned right before the TP, outside the range of the enemy. TP'd out. Now they know what they happened. Pangolia still holding his TP as he's on cooldown, and he sees everything is good. TPing out, sticking to the team together. Continues they open the map using the necrobook nicely to devote. Everything is good. Controlling the outpost. Back to the Rosan pit. Now the enemy also walks in. Once again, they smoked or without the smoke, they choose to walk into the enemy. So here they want to clear these units first. Like, why did he blink in? Really good. So he saw this unit. He knew that like somebody is here, but unfortunately the enemies are far away. This Pangolia is far away, nowhere closer to you to close the gap just with a dagger like that. So like he tried to catch someone, it didn't work. So like he clears the necrobook. Now they're happy about that. Snow things. They use the malice right here. So like this malice like stop the enemy from going that way and this way as well. So they are going to angle this to fight, and they run back. They take the high ground. Every time this Pangolia uses the ulti, all they does is run back, buying time. They know the enemy don't have the catch other than the beast ulti, right? So like they run back. Now they know the Pangolia is done. No more Pangolia trolling thunder. They are happy, but they also don't go to the high ground. If they walk to the high ground, the thing would happen what happened to the enemy last time when they approached the high ground against them. So like they are not ready to make that mistake. So they move to the landscape where they prefer to stay, which allows them to play. And at the meantime, they analyze the map. They see the huge wave is coming at the top lane. So the Red Prophet goes top, clears the wave, immediately run back to mid lane. He doesn't go to the next wave. Very good play, and he's safe. As he is approaching the top, he didn't waste any amount of time, and everything solved the bottom lane. So everything is their favor. Now they group up as 5. They don't look for kills. They open the map. They cover the Death Prophet as he is farming top. Everything is back to safety, and he sees the troll. As the moment he saw the troll, he might know like the troll is here, enemy would be going like that. Yeah, this is what they're trying to do. So immediately he blinked out and like ran away from the team enemies and running towards his team. always staying closer to each other. So now this is a very good move from BOOM. For the first time, they have a different approach, smoking from the enemy territory and moving from the enemy triangle, so the enemy wouldn't know. But like we will see how this goes. They smoke. They also have a different approach of how they move. So one guy river, one guy on the right side high ground, other guy on the left side. So like they are splitting off. They don't want to get caught in the same spot against this disruptor ulti. So like multiple rules, different position really favors the Boom. So as they come to the high ground, enemies are like, we are in a dangerous spot. They are not going to the high ground. Nobody is clearing the mid wave. The wave is right there, right? They know what's going on. Nobody is clearing this wave. Nobody is playing them. Then they see nobody at the bottom lane. So they fear. They don't want. You have to fear if you don't see the opponent. You don't allow the enemy to do well. They see the CM devoting. They know this is danger. As the beast comes, the everything just turns and just like that. But like, let's see how the Tire approaches this. So as they don't see, they take the tower down, but you'll see like they don't take this position anymore, as they don't prefer to stay there. This could go wrong, which is very closer to the triangle. So like they decided to sit behind the red king and underload. So like look how they position. They also move into the side trees, following HY's words and hiding there. And as a result of that, they have a better positioning. They get to see where the enemies are thanks to that, and because of that, now they will have a better understanding about how they want to take the fight. He's silent, but they use the BKB. He used the BKB, eats the roar, but Underlord is there to serve him a little bit, but he cannot force him. Lotus is not enough, simply enough. The rating goes down once, and now this is the time for the Uber driver to make a play. Can he bring the rating away from danger on time? Oh yes, time, like perfectly done. And the next assassin already knew they are gonna go out with the Uber driver, so like everyone ran away from the red thing, not helping them at all, and they are TP'd out for their own safety. Nice vote placed by Sefer, which will last long. Very good vote. And now they got the tower. They only lost the DP, but they also forced the BKBs on the enemy cores. Or 3 of the cores have used the BKB. They are really happy about that. They TP back. Now that way they don't have the pressure. Enemy don't really get to run into the high ground. Like even though they have this, like they don't have ages yet, they have the advantage. They know that DP doesn't have the ulti. Also he is dead. So and they want to take this tower for free. Enemy don't want to fight right yet, as they know their skills on the cooldown. Understandable from BOOM. So controls the map, forcing their tower guard from Dire. Very good, taking the tower. But like the meantime, they don't give it for free. Even though they don't have the ultis, look how they use the fog. This is how they use the fog. This is why the Beastmaster was always cutting the trees with the first kill, like earlier in the game. Now he comes from the fog, snowball, forcing the enemy to use the BKB, but the BKB is on cooldown. They're trying to force the enemy to react, but like everything is on cooldown, and they are trying to fear the enemy, and they don't do the biggest. They don't throw everything. They don't commit fully. It's just a stun and run away. And the Malice will help them to hold this tower for a while. The tower went down, controlling the troll, proving we are good at defense, even though they lost the tower. And now they really want to fight because the DP will TP. They don't want to fight as he doesn't have the ulti yet. But now they TP, knowing that the enemies are doing the Rosan. They really want to fight even though the DP doesn't have the ulti. They don't want to give the free Rosan. So like they TP, Pangolia ulti is forced. So like they're happy to TP in. Everyone TP together, and the rating is going for the easy kills. And the H is down. So like this play is kinda good from BOOM. KSQ is controlling the outpost on purpose, so the enemies are focusing on this CM, not on the Rosan pit. Because of that, they get a free Rosan, even though they lost the Crystal Maiden. He also lived to see the another day, because thanks to the Glimmer Cape. Now he doesn't want to fight anymore since they got the ages. Why? He doesn't have ulti yet. So chill a bit. The enemies are not eating their bait this time around. The heads up play for HQ who outplayed the enemy like that. Now Ratings and everyone decided to chill a bit as the opponent got the ages. Once again, we are really strong and defensive, right? Let's defend this game. Let's not make a mistake. We don't fight outside the base. If we fight outside the base, we are heavily not in our favor. We should always fight whenever we have a better advantage. So like they take the fights wherever they have an advantage. Like they don't get caught with these boom ID smokes at all. Very good play. Once again, the Death Prophet getting caught as he was like dying at the top lane. Like nice play from Beastmaster catching the hero thanks to the ward which scouted the Death Prophet going into that area. So now they saw the Aeon Disc in action which debuffed him. So now they know the Death Prophet has purchased that Aeon Disc just a while ago. So as a result of that, we're running to bottom lane, approaching the high ground. They know the Death Prophet doesn't have the buyback. So this is the time to knock the door. They are going to approach the high ground to see if the Death Prophet has buyback. So it is a proof the Death Prophet doesn't have a buyback. This is the proof the Death Prophet doesn't have the buyback. They know they don't have the tower guard as well. They used it for the tier 2 tower. So knocking the tower high ground advantage. Now they know enemy Death Prophet doesn't have buyback. They have confirmed it many times. Now he used the malice right here because enemy don't wanna stand here to there. It's always underneath the turret, but he chooses the malice where the enemy would prefer to go. Enemy don't wanna, as the Radiant, you don't wanna run into that approaching the high ground. You don't wanna run like that. You wanna come here because this is where the tower don't hit. So if you take this area, you can form a line, form a 5-man like formation right there. Or like because of that malice, you don't get to go there without using the BKB. So if you can't even go there without a BKB, imagine about the supporters and the other heroes who can't they even get there? No. So he just prefers to stay away. And look where the Wraithing is standing. He is standing under right into this malice. If you wanna fight me, walk in and eat the bait. No, Racer says no. He doesn't wanna go in. They prefer to stay away. But look at these trolls HP already super low. So they choose to go once again like this without using the cheese. They force the cheese as well. Like really good defensive. Once the malice is down, they're using the kinetic field, throwing the small skills to force the enemy. Now finally use the static storm. As the static storm came out, they're charging in, using the BKB like that, Baisal on this Underlord. He just wanna eat the Underlord like that, and the Beastmaster coming out on the Underlord as well. They really hate the Uber River because he is trying to drive into the enemy mind. So like they're destroying Underlord, but it was a really good position. Because of that, even though they managed to kill the Underlord, the Death Prophet doesn't have the buyback, but the Underlord has. Now they are out of position. Look where his team is. The team can't even imagine helping this troll. And Jackie is holding the other two BKBs as he has 2 lives. He's like wasting the BKBs. He's like losing damage, but also wasting the BKBs on the Boom cores. Now, Boom doesn't have BKB. I mean, the troll doesn't have BKB. Racer's BK is wearing off. The Beastmaster doesn't have the BKB anymore in this fight. Now, kinetic field for this Wraithing safety. Now the fight begins. They are angling to fight around the Wraithing. They don't walk in. So for the safety, Lotus of Malice, everything is in their favor. Everything looks good. They don't have to like retreat completely as they know the enemies are walking into the Malice. The tower is doing its job. Even without the buyback from Death Prophet, they are very closer to have this Death Prophet once again in this team fight, and the enemies are still approaching the opponent even with this super low HP. So now they run away from the safety for the safety. Boom ID realized that there's no way we win this fight. Now they have a glimpse back of sense very soon. They glimpse back and like earlier, and now they kill the troll like that, bursted the ages, and now Boom ID choose to angle to fight around the guy, but they are low. And why did this Nyx assassin come to the lower ground? As they managed to kill these troll ones, look how he plays. low HP, but look where he is going. Blink in, burn the mana, kill the Racer. Now because of his positioning, right here, this Pango CM Beastmaster cannot go to the high ground. Why? As the Nyx. So like mentally they are scared of that. So now look their positioning. They are super scared of the Nyx assassin. Thanks to this Sephiroth, like really good positioning, killing the Racer. Now there's no Racer, even though he was there, he was super low HP, no mechanism, nothing like something that could make him full HP, back to full HP. So here, Troll comes, nobody can help him a lot, he is left alone. Carapace, stuns, another stun. Let's just like that, they burst him over. They wasted the refresher as well, refresher which he got from the Rosan, and he wasn't able to use the BKB. So like because of that, they successfully defended, and they managed to kill 2 of their boom score, and they are really happy about that once again about this. So like Boom ID understands they have to kill this Underlord right before they go to the high ground tier 3 tower, but he had the buyback unfortunately. Even without the DB, they successfully defended it. So that was a costly mistake from the Prophet dying right there, but like thanks to his team, they managed to win the fight. And the Uber Lord driver, he is just not a driver, guys. Once again, I repeat that, never ever mess up with the Uber driver. He will drive you crazy. And as a result of that, thanks to once again for the Dark Rift, moving to the top lane, taking the tower for free, as the enemy don't want a buyback it seems. They don't really know if they have a buyback or not, but they are in their limits. They don't go to the high ground, they sit behind. These are the one who's going to help them when these 2 frontliners get in danger, so they sit behind for their own safety. Mechanism comes out, helping them a little bit to be a bit tanky. Now with the Death Prophet ulti, the Rex goes down, tier 3 tower went down, so now they take tower. The enemy looks like they wanna catch somebody, runs away for the safety. Everything is good. Now it's turn for the Booms to fight them back. Let's see what happens. Even though they got their Death Prophet, they forced their teammates for the safety. Breathing is in their favor. They're approaching the high ground once again. He is far away from the rest of the others, so like the Malice is controlling the Racer. They're forcing the BKBs if they want to run at us. If you use the BKB to run after your opponent, and then the moment you get to right click the enemy, you wouldn't have this 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 7 second BKB duration anymore. So which is why you should not use this BKB duration to run at the enemy. That the best use would be using these to right click the enemy, because you are the right click hero. You want to cast a spell, you want to right click the enemy. So very good play from T1 again, running away for the safety, getting the tier 3 tower where the enemy don't even get to get the tier 3 tower, as they had like a lot of advantage. Once again they come back to defense. The Boom ID is like pretty mad. Okay, we will show you how to play Dota now. We know the Death Prophet ulti is on cooldown. If they calculated it, they might know the Aeon Disc is like 1 creep away timing from like having that option. So like the Death Prophet doesn't want to be the frontliner, so the Red King comes to the front line as the frontliner. Now they don't put the Underlord as a frontliner. Why? He doesn't have buyback, boys. So and he also working on the Aeon Disc, which is really good against Droll and the Beastmaster Pangolier. So like they take the fight, they use the Red King's first life to be the frontliner, and the Boom charges in. They wanna kill the Underlord. Alright, Underlord is no more, Uber Driver is dead. This time they wanna kill the Underlord, not the Death Prophet, because he doesn't have a buyback. So they made sure the pain is no more. We can peacefully focus the fight. No more problem from the Uber Driver. He cannot drive into our brains anymore. Now we focus this Death Prophet, who is the damage dealer for them. Breathing, healed, you can no longer hurt us. Beastmaster is running away for the safety, and the beat time, they are analyzing the situation. We are running out of our PKVs, guys. We don't have the Pangolia ulti. We don't have the Beastmaster in these team fights anymore. He is super low, and Reza also running out of his BKB. Even though we managed to kill the Underlord, our troll is dying and we cannot help him anymore. So leave him, run away for the safety. We cannot help him. But like it looks like the Dire doesn't really let them run away. Can they catch? Oh yeah, they killed the Racer. Once again, Uber Driver is not there in the time frame fight. but like they get to see another day. They get to press at the tower. They get the tier 2 tower mid like that. Every time the Boom approach the high ground, it's a completely disaster for them. Like the top tracks, mid tracks, Death for the ulti is in work. Death for deep Underlord will be back in time. Top lane sold. Happy with their trading really well. Not even losing the tier 3 tower, but they managed to get the tier 2 drags at the top and mid. The T1 has the better advantage now, even though they don't have this gold advantage at all. They are showing we are worthy enough to pull out a game from you guys. We can simply pull out a team fight. If you are going to repeat the same mistake, we are going to touch your nerve. Let's see if you can learn from your mistake. Every team fight, we know what you're going to do. We are waiting for your mistake. Use your BKB, then we will show you how to play Dota. And this Boom are like not comfortable using the BKB, but they are forced to use the BKB. If they want to hit, they have to use the BKB. So unfortunately, they are dying. The troll is like, even though he had a very good start, now he is being unable to continue the aggression throughout the team fight. He is only look strong during the Aegis duration. Once the Aegis wears off, he doesn't look like the prominent stronger hero anymore. But like they give this like refresh start to this Pangold here, not to this troll anymore. Looks like it went back to the troll once again, because he really needs to have the 10-second BKBs in the team fights, guys. So like literally in the next team fight, this troll will have 3 lives: 1 Aegis, 2 BKB, refresher, once again the BKB. So because of that, like the troll will have a better time. Approaching the high ground once again, I believe. But because of these two-side mega, it will be harder for them to go to the high ground once again. Disciplined play coming out from the Dire and the Radiant as well. They don't want to take the fight, which is not in their favor. Both teams are looking for a pick off right before they go into the fight. Alright, once again the Death Effect gets called. Aeontics, Lincoln pays off. They didn't know about the Lincoln, I believe. Now Beastmaster ulti is no more, thanks to the defensive mechanism builds. Runs away. They only lose their Nyx assassin somewhere on the map. That's completely fine. The Strapda is dead. They're completely fine. He brings a Breathing out from the danger zone. They are happy, even though they lost the supporters. They're not super happy, but they're happy for the time being that they haven't lost much. They haven't forced out the you lose this ecorism, or the Death Prophet is still alive, and he's this time around he's like very careful about his buyback. He has his gold, so he will have the buyback in this team fight. He doesn't want to buy the item. Really good play from Death Prophet finally. And item choices, because of his item choices, he has the escapability. His hero naturally doesn't have the escapability, but because of his item choices, now he has the escapability. Chance to stay in front of the beast and the troll. So once again they come to the high ground. Once again with the Malice, and this Wraithing is always standing right into that. So the troll doesn't want to run into that. This is super annoying, man. Super annoying. You should not give him to play this Underlord anymore in the Southeast Asian Dota, guys. Once again losing the Aegis like that. Wraithing also lost 1 life. The Lotus is used for the safety. Now forced him out from the for their safety reasons from the danger zone. Tower is being the body. Enemies are getting out of position once again as they are approaching Wraithing. But now you see the silence comes out. CM is completely controlled. He doesn't have the mana for the ulti. Also he got silent right inside the Malice, eating all the damage in the world, dying like that. This is why you don't dive in. Yeah, you go to the high ground, work on your tower, no matter how hard it is, or buy something that gives you something like Solar Crest, or buy something like Greaves or Pipes or something to enable your carry. Go to the high ground, or before you go to the high ground, take a fight like somewhere away from the high ground. Wherever you take the fight, you have to analyze the landscape. So I believe the Boom ID has to improve when it comes to the high ground and his high ground advantage. How they are supposed to take the team fights against this team. Even though you win the laning stage, even though you look like dominant throughout the early game, when it comes to these like very important facts like high ground advantage, defensive advantage, tier 3 defensive high ground advantage. Every time the boom ID sees the high ground, they need to fear, they need to analyze the situation better, so that way the boom ID would be able to do better in the future games. So like now the troll doesn't have ages, no more refresh that, has he given it to someone else? Now he used it. So they are approaching the high ground. There's one last try. He doesn't want to buy back because if he buy back, it will put him in a very dangerous position. So like they're trying to hold the game right before he buys back, or I mean like until he respawn, and the enemies are forcing the buyback, and they don't commit fully. Only the Red King is in action. Others are watching, chilling as he plays Dota. And now they're running away for the safety. Can we have a Uber out? Okay. Enemy doesn't chase. Just walk out. Group S5 together. Now finally the die is approaching the enemy triangle for the second time. 52 minutes into the game. Alright. This Red King got an Aghanim and queuing for the Aghanim's blessing. This will win the game for Dire. How could you stop this underload Uber driver from driving? Even if he's dead, he will complete the mission. Dark Rift. To save the Red King and the people from the danger. Thanks to this Red King's against blessing. It's on its way, on its way. Alright, got it boy. You don't saw it. Immediately run at the enemy. Punish them. That is really important. Enemy high ground vote got devoted by CM thanks to KSQ, but it doesn't stop them from winning the game. Two couriers are scouting the Rosan. Bird is also scouting. They see the courier, and they both the teams knows that Rosan is not up yet. Like the Boom cannot leave the base even they have a 10k gold net worth lead. They are not allowed to get outside the base. Skeleton army marches in. They are following the skeleton army. Catches the troll like that. Troll, what were you doing? So the troll is here. They have smoked and they are walking around, and thanks to Nick's assassin breaking the smoke, and the others are not realizing that the troll is in danger. The smoke broke. He realized that, he pinged it, and the enemy saw that the Zephyr break the smoke on this troll. So like now he gets glimpse back. He doesn't use the BKB. It is very important. He goes back, uses the BKB. Before he uses the BKB, stuns comes out, and troll die like that. Because of that, troll doesn't get to fight this. Now he is forced to buy back. Now once again he is forced to buy back. Because of that, we will see how this fight goes, and he is really scared because he has only 5 seconds BKB. He doesn't have the second life anymore. If you are dead, like the game is over. So the entire Dire team is going to focus on killing their troll in the next team fight. He cannot take the front line anymore for the another 7 minutes into this game. Free ages. How did this horrible thing happen? So it scouts the courier. They know the Rosan is out. They took the courier away. They know the Rosan is out because they had the courier earlier there. So they know Rosan is out. Now they're gonna smoke from the safety area where they believe that there's not warded. They have a gem on the Nyx now. Alright. So this guy has the Aeon disc as well, and then Aeon Aether Lens as well, so he can cast the skills like far away. And as he walks in, thanks to this neutral item, Ceremonial Brawl, which will lower the enemy status resistance, so every time the magic resistance by 10%. So every time he uses the stealth stun and the spike carapace, whenever it connects it on the enemy, they are stunned for such a long time like that, because he is reducing the status resistance, and the troll doesn't have the status resistant item, which gives a status resistance is a SNY. So because of that fact, that the Zephyr will be able to do a better job. Stun. You can see how long the enemies are stunned for. Boom, forever. This troll is stunned forever. Now, even with the BKB, what can you do? Yeah, you use the BKB, you couldn't get out, you lose. Red King's life once, the completely out of position. Why? Every time you don't have a BKB, you are done. So you draw die, you can call the GG now. Anytime you want, you can call the GG. It's over. They're abusing the fact the enemy cannot take the fight without a BKB, really touch their nerves, got into their minds before they get into theirs mind, and really good mind games from T1, and they get survey with a victory in the game 1. This is how T1 managed to come back after losing 3 lanings. Alright guys, see you guys in a different video. I hope you learned a lot. Bye bye.